Welcome back to Tales of the Getaway Guy, an adventure into 23 years of TV getaways all across New York State and beyond. Our travels will occasionally venture into 23 years of radio days, where my broadcasting career began. Hold on, buckle up, I've got everything you're going to need for your next getaway. Hello again, Mike O'Brien, your Getaway Guy, and today's podcast is perfect for people with families or maybe grandparents with grandkids. If you want a nearby getaway that is cheap, close by, and a hidden gem not that far away out of Rochester, then you've tuned into the right podcast. Because I've got it for you. This is a location and a destination, like I say, not a lot of people know about. You're about to find out. But before we do that, we want to thank Powers Farm Market. These guys have been with us from the start, and they're back with us again. Thank you, Powers. Yeah, you can go to Powers for wonderful, wonderful things like, well, new beautiful spring plantings and annuals for your outdoor pots, geraniums and petunias and vines and spikes. Oh, and they also, look at that. I mean, I think I bought that one hanging plant. It was so beautiful, the redness. And look at that. If you like pink, they've got it. They've got everything you need. And they also have fresh baked pies and breads, which they have on display daily. They also have fruits and vegetables. It's Powers Farm Market. And if you've ever been there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Kids love it because of the live animals. Well, it's better than dead animals, I suppose. But it's live animals, and you get to feed them and pet them, and it's great. And there's are the pies. Fresh baked goods. It's Powers Farm Market in Pittsford, Marsh Road, open every day. Nice little getaway. I love it there, and I always walk out the door with maybe some salt bread or a fresh pie. Yeah, it's dangerous, but I love it. Speaking about things that I love our getaway that you're about to see that I talked about. This is a getaway that, like I say, nearby. It's cheap. Wait till you see. When's the last time you went up to a ticket booth? Yes, they still exist, and got a ticket for a quarter, and that's how much a ride cost. Little kids are going to love this, and so will parents looking for a nearby cheap getaway. Are you ready? Here it comes. Old Cot Beach Carousel Park. Have I got a great getaway for you. Hello again, Mike O'Brien, your Getaway Guy. Listen, if you're a parent with little ones, or maybe your grandparents with little ones, this is a hidden gem here in Niagara County. It's called Old Cot Beach Carousel Park. Come on. This is all going to look pretty familiar to you. Amusement park rides that we were on when we were kids.
Yes, we get a lot of people that'll come in with their children and their grandchildren, and they say, I rode that car truck ride, and I rode the Ferris wheel, and that's why our slogan is building memories for a new generation.
How great to see this new generation get into the same vintage classics that we loved and still do, including a 1928 style Herschel Spillman two-row carousel with a 1931 Wurlitzer band organ. And here's the best part of this getaway. Rides are a quarter. Yep, 25 cents per ride. Can you believe it? I love to bring viewers affordable family fun, and Old Cot Beach Carousel Park is just that, thanks to the hard work and commitment from the community and volunteers.
It's just great. Sometimes I will just stand and look, and I see all these people interacting and having such a great time, and I think, wow, this vision did come about, and it's something that it doesn't always happen, and it just happened because we had so many wonderful people that came together and helped and believed in it and made it happen.
On this day, there was a 2 o'clock magic show in the shade. Also, a bit of relief for mom if she's here with the baby. And to get on a ride, kids have to be 52 inches tall or below. This getaway is for the little ones. But mom and dad get a lot out of this too.
It's very nostalgic.
It is.
It makes you feel good in the heart. And, to share things that, my mom did for me. And, it warms the soul.
A very family-friendly day trip getaway between Rochester and Buffalo. A getaway that not a lot of people know about.
And make sure they know that it's just an easy, laid-back place. It's not a hectic thing like modern amusement parks. We're a step back in time, a blast from the past.
And yes, this park is so nostalgic. They even have the old-fashioned ticket booth. It's amazing, it really is. Old Cot Beach Carousel Park open now through Labor Day weekend. From Niagara County, Mike O'Brien, your getaway guy. What a getaway. They open Memorial Day weekend, then Saturdays and Sundays from noon to 6 p.m. through the month of June. Then, after June is done, they're open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, July through Labor Day. And I love, the best part of it for me, is the ride there. It's an hour, maybe an hour, 15, 20 minutes out of Rochester, but you get to travel along the Lake Ontario State Parkway, which I still to this day contend is one of the most scenic routes we have. Unfortunately, it's a little bumpy. The road isn't in the best of shape. Maybe since last I've been on it, they've fixed it up. Regardless, it's a nice little drive. It's right along the Lake Ontario State Parkway, or along the shore of Lake Ontario. It's the Seaway Trail. So check it out. Then you get onto Route 18 into Niagara County. And while you're there, there's another great getaway. If you have time the same day, you might just as well, in the town of Barker. And I'll show you this getaway in just a second. First, thank you, Jim's, for breakfast. Jim's on Main in Rochester. Been going there forever. Good breakfast, cheap. Late riser, coffee refills. Elena and the family run the operation. Here's the tip. To miss lines on the weekends, go before 9:30 in the morning, or just go on the weekdays. It's a great place to go. You can park at Blackfriars Theater Lot right next door. Cash only at Jim's on Main. ATM machine available there if that helps you out. They're open every day. Jim's on Main and Jim's at the mall. If you want good food cheap, go to Jim's. I do. Now, to the 30 Mile Point Lighthouse. This is a getaway that I did on TV years ago. In fact, I've done several getaways to 30 Mile Point Lighthouse. It's in a place called Golden Hill State Park. And again, it's in Barker, New York, Niagara County, just before you get to Old Cot Beach. So if you have the time, bring the family there. The park itself is $7 per car to get in. So, grab 62 of your friends and family members and pack that car. It's $7. And let's see if they all chipped in. Well, anyway, so there's a playground at the park. There are picnic pavilions, and there's the lighthouse. And wait till you see this place. This lighthouse is so cool. It is made out of limestone. It's been there forever. And it is one of the places that I went to for a haunts segment because apparently the lighthouse keeper quarters that you can rent, by the way, to spend the night, good luck, is haunted. And we had a psychic show up in the evening, this is years ago, because the guest book, everybody's entry talks about things that go bump in the night, and then some. So I brought in a psychic, and it was late at night for this haunted getaway at 30 Mile Point Lighthouse in Barker, New York, and we waited forever for her. She got lost. What psychic gets lost? I don't get that part. Credibility shot. But anyway, the lighthouse is wonderful. It was built in 1780. It's beautiful limestone, and you can get a tour. Are you ready for this? $1. $1 for a tour of the lighthouse. And yes, you can go up the winding staircase to the top, and you can see, on a clear day, you can see Toronto. 50 cents for kids. $1 for adults, 50 cents for kids, 12 and under. And like I say, that's the lighthouse, very historical and breathtaking. And if you're a lighthouse aficionado, and I've learned that there are many out there, this is one of the gems on Lake Ontario. 30 Mile Point Lighthouse, Barker, if you're on your way to Old Cot Beach, I highly suggest it as a good, inexpensive family getaway. in Golden Hill State Park, and they also have campsites there as well, which I forgot to mention. Hey, let's go to a podcast question right now. This one comes from Nick from Fairport. And Nick writes, Dear Getaway Guy, how long did it take to write your travel books, and where can I get them? Thank you, Nick. You can get the travel books at Powers Farm Market. They carry them in Pittsford on Marsh Road. Also, you can get the books at Lift Bridge Bookshop in the village of Brockport. And they carry the books for you. Or you can get the travel books. And by the way, I would highly recommend grabbing these for this season's close to home getaways in New York State at MikeTheGetawayGuy@gmail.com. Just email me, tell me what you're looking for, how many you need. And by the way, when you do that at MikeTheGetawayGuy@gmail.com. And Nick, how long did it take to write the travel books? Well, it took quite a while, longer than you'd think. A lot of research. After 23 plus years of getaways, I grabbed my favorites and put them into a book, 2 books, 50 getaways each, included haunted getaways. And it took a couple of years really to get everything put together, everything written, and then finally manufactured and published, about 2 years per book. And it was a lot of gathering of materials, gathering of pictures, authorizations, information, constant tweaking, other people's eyes on it for grammar. And so it's a long process, but it's well worth it. And both books became local bestsellers. And there's a reason why. People like day trip getaways in New York State. And that's exactly what they are. 50 getaways per book. So yeah, thanks Nick for the question, and it took a while, but again, a labor of love. You're going to need to get over to Powers Farm Market. I want to thank them very much for being a part of our show today. Powers has everything you need when it comes to spring nursery items, outdoor annuals, especially those beautiful flower pots, and of course their fresh baked pies and bakery goods, and of course the live animals for the kids. It's a getaway that's really close by in Pittsford, Marsh Road, Powers Farm Market. Highly recommended any time of the year. They're open every day. Thank you to Powers. Thank you, Jim's. Thanks to Joe here at Classy Wolf Media. And thank you for tuning in. You can catch all of our Tales of the Getaway podcasts that you can hear and see. You can see them at thegetawayguy.com. thegetawayguy.com, and then we'll show you more. And we'll be back. Until next time, Mike O'Brien, your Getaway Guy.